Welcome to Bellevue, Tennessee. In this video, I'm going to show you what life is like in Bellevue, what it looks like here. Why is it a popular suburb? Maybe one of the most popular within 15 or 20 minutes of downtown Nashville. Why is that? I'm going to answer that question. And also, if you stay till the end, I'm going to show you what cost $150 million and is 300,000 square feet. It all starts right now. If this is your first time to the channel, I want to say thanks for stopping by. Where to Live Nashville is all about bringing you the Nashville area neighborhoods of Middle Tennessee. My name is Clay with the Kelton Group. The team and I, we get contacted every single day from people like you interested in moving to Nashville, and we love it. We're a real estate team, so you can ask us your questions. And if this kind of information is interesting to you, don't forget to subscribe and come follow along with us as we go exploring together. Before we get started, I gotta have my power up. We are at the Loveless Cafe. A little bit of traffic out here, because this place in 1951 started as a stop for Highway 100, which runs to Memphis, Tennessee from Nashville. This was a main stop. And so they started selling biscuits and fried chicken. And look, 70 years later, it is still here. And it is a huge spot known for scratch biscuits. They smoke meats. They have events here. They have like a party barn deal. There's gift shops. It's basically become a huge tourist attraction, and you can't see from right here, but the Natchez Trace Parkway is like literally through those trees. And so a lot of people hit that Trace Parkway, stop here. It's just a cool destination with really great food. So this is where our power up begins. Breakfast was insanely good, and if you want to keep the breakfast going, you can come over to the shop over here and buy the blackberry preserves, peach blackberry, strawberry. All the preserves are available for purchase because people love them so much over here in the gift shop. I gotta say, one of the coolest, most noteworthy places in the Bellevue community is gonna be the Loveless Cafe. Tell you what, it feels very similar to Leaper's Fork, what you would see in Leaper's Fork, kind of historic, nostalgic, Fox and Lock and Leaper's Fork. If that's your one-stop lunch, then I'd come to Loveless Cafe for breakfast. And check out our video on Leaper's Fork if you wanna know more about that. But this area in general feels like Leaper's Fork, and it's not that far from Leaper's Fork, but it's also a lot more affordable than Leaper's Fork is gonna be. So if you like feel of Leaper's, Bellevue's kind of interesting. It's not the exact same thing. Don't hear me say that. Less equestrian, less big farms, but the land feels similar, and some of the era of original development is kind of similar. A lot of history. Cool place to check out here. Let's keep rolling. For our next stop is going to be almost right across the street from the Loveless Cafe, and that's going to be Stevens Valley. Now, Stevens Valley resides just across the county line in Williamson County, which is actually an asset because taxes are cheaper. But is it Bellevue? Is it not Bellevue? It's so close to Bellevue that I feel wrong not including it. It's going to represent really your highest end master plan community that's going to be in the Bellevue general area. You're going to see homes 1 million to 2.3 roughly. I just want to give you a quick understanding of what you got right here, because it's a really nicely done community. I love it. It's brand new. Here I am at the Stevens Valley Racket and Swim Center. They got the pool, they got playground, they've got pickleball courts, which are really, really nice. This whole thing is only a few years old, so it still has that new feel to all of it. The houses are absolutely gorgeous. You know, it's an architectural controlled neighborhood, master plan community. So you're gonna have sidewalks, you're gonna have underground utilities. I really like this house here. This is a cool looking house to me. Actually, all these houses look really pretty interesting. The architecture is just stunning. It reminds me a lot of West Haven. So watch our video about West Haven and a deeper dive on Stevens Valley. But for the purposes of this video, this represents the higher end of what we would consider Bellevue. 1 to 2 million, low $2 million range. This is kind of the product. This one here sold for 1.8. And you're right around just over 4,400 square feet, plus or minus. So about 400 bucks a foot, 3-car garage. Just kind of give you an example of how far the dollar goes in Stevens Valley. So Again, just across the Williamson County line. So you're gonna have the low property taxes, and you're gonna be a lot closer to Nashville than West Haven, which is the most comparable product to this. I would say these homes built, you know, the last 4 years, they're still building. You know, definitely give us a shout if you are interested in new construction. Never go straight to the builder. We've seen people make mistakes when they do that. The builder compensates us as real estate agents without adding cost to the consumer. So have somebody looking out for you. Remember, the builder's agent does not look out for you if you're the consumer. So just a pro tip there. This is a really good looking house too. Look at that thing. Man, these are pretty houses. And the cool thing about Stevens Valley is that you've got the Natchez Trace on 3 sides of it. And so the Natchez Trace Parkway is a scenic parkway, heavily focused on nature and preservation. And so conservation easement in Stevens Valley, which keeps the tree canopy intact. So you're gonna see lots of lush, green, beautiful landscaping all around the neighborhood. It's not just some huge flat field. You're kind of more in an established, mature area. Look at the backyard living on this one over here. This is really a pretty one too. All right, so this is gonna represent the high end. And don't get me wrong, True Bellevue is a lot more affordable than this, but this is so close to Bellevue, I had to include it because there is some things to really like about this community. Really love the pickleball. All right, with that, let's go on to the next one. Love the architecture on this thing. Very thoughtful design. Got the porches. These houses are all catering to the sidewalk, so you can sit on your front porch with your rocking chair, your swing, talk to people as they come by. So just love this place. I'm in this neighborhood pretty much in the middle of Bellevue to give you an example of what is around $600,000 get you. And if that's your budget and you're looking in Nashville for, call it a 30-minute radius of downtown, you're gonna have a lot of options in Bellevue. For that reason, kind of love it for that general price point. There's definitely gonna be some stuff cheaper, definitely gonna be some stuff more expensive, but 500, 600, 700,000 get you some options. This one has a neighborhood, little neighborhood pool here. A few parking spots out here. This this neighborhood was built out in the 1990s. So you're gonna see a lot of the red brick construction, 2-car garages, sidewalks, underground utilities, aggregate driveways, which is kind of like a 90s thing, I feel like. Although people still do it. To give you an example, this one right here sold for $620,000, 3-bedroom, and gonna be right just over 3,000 square feet. So that's gonna put you at $205 a square foot. And so, again, for the price point, where else can you live? This is a nice little clean neighborhood. Nothing too scary. It'd be easy to live here, I feel like. So that's just an example of the mid-range for Bellevue. Let's keep rolling. One of the cool parts of Bellevue is the Harpeth River just winds its way all through Bellevue. A lot of the Harpeth River, you have this greenway. It's not really green, it's a paved path, but look how wide it is. Biking, running, it's miles and miles. And all alongside the Harpeth River, which at times of year is navigable. You know, it's kind of weird. I remember growing up playing in this river with my friends when we were like elementary school. Really not far from here at all. But it's a neat little river and it's a waterway. Like I said, it runs throughout Bellevue and it lends itself to people who like to run, exercise, rollerblade, whatever you're into. And right next to this is a par 3 golf course and driving range. So right here, kind of in the middle of Bellevue still. It's a nice sunny day, so some people are out hitting golf balls, tweaking their swing. So just a nice little amenity for Bellevue. As we are driving to our next destination, we are cruising through River Plantation. Huge, massive development in Bellevue, mostly 80s, 90s kind of vintage. A lot of 1-story and 2-story townhomes. It's all townhomes, but this is one of the more affordable options that's actually a decent place to live. Nothing super fancy, but actually very livable and very convenient to everything shopping in Bellevue. So if you're looking on the lower end of the price spectrum, River Plantation is definitely something to know about. I will add, Some of River Plantation, hence the name, is actually like really close to the river, and a lot of units did flood back in 2010. So make sure and ask your real estate agent about that, or we can look into the flood maps for you. That's what we do. But River Plantation, a really big development, something to know about. One of the more noteworthy developments in Bellevue. Here at One Bellevue Place, you got the movie theater right behind me, and you have a nice wide boulevard street here with all the really the best commercial and the restaurants that Bellevue is going to have to offer. And at the very top of that list, you have a little place called Honeyfire Barbecue. There's actually people that have said they might move to Nashville just for this restaurant. So we're going to show you what it's all about. Let's roll.
Nachos, but I added candied bacon and white sauce.
Oh, no. And mine's the baby back egg rolls.
Honeyfire did not disappoint. There's so much good food here. Once the items come out on the plate, it is like crazy hard to stop eating. So highly recommend, if you do one thing in Bellevue, if you stop in, this is the place you gotta go. Another thing that Bellevue's got going for it is the newest Davidson County High School, James Lawson High School. This is the replacement for the Hillwood High School. Years past, this place is brand new. It's 300,000 square feet, and its 275 acre campus is right here along I-40, just off the main Bellevue exit. It's not far away at all. Brand new, state of the art, really, really nicely done, modern high school for Davidson County. So I'm out here at the Steeplechase. Bellevue is home to a couple of the largest parks in the Nashville area. And two of the biggest parks are right on the border of Bellevue, and this is one of them. This is, behind me is miles and miles and miles of trails, paths, horse paths, running paths, park, jogging paths. What else do people do on paths? Walk their dogs. But right out here, this is all a horse track. This is the Steeplechase, home to a large horse race every May. This gets filled up with tons and tons of people, thousands of people. The infield's a big party, tailgate scene, the grandstands, the boxes, everybody wears the fancy hats and gets all dressed up and gets all hot and sweaty, usually. It's kind of a big party, but this is the home to that. This is the Steeplechase, and we're right here in Bellevue. You got horse barns over here too. This is a good example of what life is like in Middle Tennessee. A lot of equestrian. It's not all equestrian, but there's an element there. There are some cool horse paths up in these mountains and these parks right here. But Bellevue, I say all that to say, Bellevue is the home to some of the biggest, largest parks in the metro Nashville area. Also home to the Harpeth River, which winds its way all through Bellevue. Very noteworthy. So if you love nature, maybe take a look at Bellevue. All right, as we move down the price ladder in Bellevue, Tennessee, we're gonna end up in a lot of townhome and condo product. So this is one of the areas around Nashville where there is a lot of townhome product. So you can hit those $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 price points. These guys here are just right at 2,000 square feet, and prices are $400, $425. So that's gonna put you at $215 a square foot, one car garage, built in 2007. Pretty cool looking structures for what they are. One of the newer products. Nicely planned little development here. We got a water feature, kind of a retention deal with the fountain over here. Just a nice little touch. These are gonna be, yeah, like I said, almost 2,000 square feet. So good square footage for the money. Really like this value. Super easy access to I-40. You could be in downtown Nashville with no traffic, less than 20 minutes for sure, depending on how fast you drive. But you are also going to see even more affordable townhome product, condo product. We sold one across the street in Bell Forest. Look for our video on that one. Those can hit $200,000 or $300,000. That's about the cheapest you're gonna find anything. But good place to live for the money. So if that's your budget, Bellevue might need to be on your radar. And again, we can go way up higher in price and get more size, square footage. Just depends on what you're looking for. Hey, want to say thanks for following along with us. Don't forget to subscribe if you're interested in learning about Nashville and about random real estate knowledge and living in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm Clay. The team and I, we get contacted every single day from people just like you, and you about moving to Nashville, and we love it. We're a real estate team, so let us know what questions you have. Send us a text, send us an email, give us a call. We'd be happy to jump on a Zoom with you and talk about Nashville and Middle Tennessee. And our desire is to help you connect all the dots so you can make the right move. And with that, we hope to show you around town.